Good morning, dreamers. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. We made it to Sunday. I won't be long because the last couple have been really long. This week is one filled with birthdays, and so that's why we're shifted over a little bit because our table's out so that we can have some guests for birthday lunch. But it's also a week where I remember people that have gone on before me. They're now part of the great cloud of witnesses. And I miss Grandma. This is her table. I miss Grandpa. And I remember them every year, whether I say something or not. Because this is a time when both of my mom's parents passed in a very short span on the calendar. It was not back-to-back years, but it was all four of my grandparents passed in 3 years. It was a lot to handle after being raised with amazing parents, amazing grandparents, and it's kind of the week where I remember all four of them because it's all within the span of a month and a half on the calendar from March 5 to April 16. And it's just one of those things where it's heavy because it's a contradiction. It's celebrating the lives of my family, and it's also remembering and mourning the lives that have gone before that have shaped me. And I'm going to tell you a fun story about my dad's parents in a second, but it just reminded me of why we celebrate and why we take part in communion every week at my church and every month at other people's churches, and why we remember the Last Supper and Passover. It's important to remember from the past the things that shape you while celebrating what's going on right now, and then with a hope for a future as well. Remember what N.T. Wright's book, On Earth as It Is in Heaven, says. It's not good advice on how to live. It's good news that there's more than just this, and there is hope, and we can be surprised by that hope. Anyway, just a little pep talk, really cute story, but because I say cute because I'm on the other end of it. I didn't live through it. It was not a cute story in the time. And as we see things happening globally that could lead to many countries getting involved in political kerfuffle that can become violent, it's already violent. I do have a story from the Second World War for you. So there's this guy named Len, and he had to stay back in England because he was a genius, and he's this like amazing engineer type dude, and he had to stay and work and design, and I don't know exactly what his job was, but he had to stay in England to help the war effort. He could not go to the battlefield. So he, of course, being one of the ones working on the home front, had his choice of ladies. Right? Okay. So then there's all these girls working in the munitions factory. And there's this really cute one that caught his eye. And her name was Minnie. And Minnie had this green dress she wore to work all the time. And he was able to tell us grandkids about this dress down to right where all the little holes were from the acids they were using as they made these munitions. Anyway, he thought she was the bee's knees. And he kept staying late to try to talk to her after shift. Well, the one day he stays late and he missed the last bus. So now he's got to either run and catch up to the bus, or he's got to walk home. And it was just, let's try to run. And so he's running, air raid sirens go off, bomb drops, and hits the bus he was supposed to be on. My grandma saved his life. Flirting saves lives, I'm just telling you. I'm saying it in a cute way. It wasn't cute at all. I didn't live through it. That would be extremely traumatic. But that was, yeah, that's my phone adding sound effects. But yeah, can you imagine if Grandpa had been on that bus? I'd be like an eighth of a different person. Actually, I'd be a completely different person because I wouldn't exist because, my dad wouldn't exist. And then on and on and on it goes. It's really weird. Anyway, those are the types of things that go through my brain when I'm trying to sleep. Imagine being an eighth of someone else. Anyway, that's my story for today. There's no real rhyme or reason for it except that it's memory of grandparents. And yeah, take some time to remember. Ask those that came before you for some stories of what happened so that you can get a grip of who you are. And remember, spiritually, go back. Remember, as you head out to a communion of Jesus siblings today, remember what's creating you to be who you are. Know that I love you. Have some sweet dreams today. Bye.